Hello my students, today in our second class we will read the next part of the chapter 1, Earth as a Planet. In the last class we read our solar system, the galaxy Milky Way, some specification of our solar system, specification of Earth, realms of Earth, lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere, and concept of the Earth. Today we will start with proofs of the Earth's shape. In the first proof is all celestial bodies are spherical. Here we can see in the picture these are called the celestial body. Actually sun, moon, all the planets are called celestial body. Celestial body means celestial body is any natural body outside of the earth's surface. These are called the celestial body. So in our solar system, all celestial body, if the all celestial bodies are the round shape or spherical shape, then there is no reason that the earth will be in the another shape or another or earth will be the flat. So this is the round shape. Earth also is the round shape. In the next point is the line of visibility increase with height. To understand this point, first we have to know the cliff. Cliff is a mass of rock which is formed beside generally the beside the ocean or the river or the valley. And if we go on the top of the cliff and we will see the ship, first we will see the funnel of the mast of the ship, and then we will see the funnel of the ship, and then again we will see the full body, means the hull of the ship. Continuously in this way we will see. Next point is the circumnavigation of the earth. Here the circumnavigation of the earth first that proof by Ferdinand Magellan in 1519. He started his journey and 1522 he finished. From the Spain he started, and after crossing the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean and the Indian Ocean, he finished his round expedition. By his expedition he proved that the earth is a round shape, and actually circumnavigation is a round navigation that around a inter island or continent. So next point is the lunar eclipse. In the lunar eclipse we can see in the picture sun, earth and the moon are in the straight line, and the moon is not getting the light. For that reason moon is covered by the earth's shadow. Here we can see the earth's shadow is the round, so earth is a round shape. Next point is the sunrise and sunset. So we know in the different countries sunrise and sunset timings are different. If that is happening because of the surface of the earth is round shape. If that was the flat shape, the earth's surface was flat shape, then easily the sun could be seen in the different in the same time from the different place, but that is not happening. So earth is the round shape. Here is this is the aerial photograph of the earth, and these are taken from the different satellites in the different time. So every time we can see these by these photographs that earth surface is the round curved shape, so earth is a round shape. This is a picture of horizon. Horizon is a line that separates sea and the sky, and this is curved because of the earth's shape is also curved. And the another picture here is that is also the horizon picture, that is from the field and the sky. This is also a horizon line where the field and the sky separate by a line, and this is also curved because of the earth shape, that is the curved. Here the next point is the earth shape is a curved shape. This is another proof that proves the earth's surface is curved. Here I am taking three sticks, that A, B, C, and if these three sticks, if we insert these sticks inside the soil on the surface, and the distance will be the same. Distance must be the same. That is the, suppose it is a 50-meter distance between the A and B and the B and C. Now if we will see these three sticks from little bit far, then we will see the B sticks is looking higher than the A and C. So this is happening for the reason of the Earth's surface shape is the curve. That is why it is happening. After the topic proofs of Earth's shape, now I will explain Earth as a home of humankind and conditions that exist here. In our solar system, there is only one planet where all living things can exist. That is our Earth. And some of the spatial conditions are here for that all living things can exist here. In our Earth, there are two spatial components are here, that is nitrogen and water. Nitrogen is 78% and water is 71%, and these components are continuously cycling in our Earth and the Earth's atmosphere. So now I will discuss how the nitrogen and water continuously cycling, and let us start the nitrogen cycle. In our atmosphere there are many biochemical processes. Among all of them, the most of the complicated process is nitrogen cycle. And nitrogen cycle, in the cycle, the nitrogen transform into the many forms to maintain the balance of the ecosystem. And 78% nitrogen is in our atmosphere, but this plenty of nitrogen we cannot use directly from the atmosphere, but the 10% of the 90% living things they cannot use, but the 10% living things, like some bacteria, fungi, they can use these nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. So this is the nitrogen cycle. In this nitrogen cycle there are many steps is there. The first step of the nitrogen cycle is the nitrogen fixation. So in the nitrogen fixation, first step, the nitrogen transfer into the ammonia. That's N2 transfer into the NH3, but this happens only by the help of the some bacteria which are living in the root nodules of the plants, like Azotobacter bacteria, Rhizobium bacteria. These helps to change the nitrogen into the ammonia. This is called the nitrogen fixation. This is called, and this process is happens by the help of the bacteria. Without that it cannot be happen. So after that, another nitrogen fixation is happens by the energy of the lightning. The energy of the lightning is the nitrogen fixation also happen, and in that way the nitrogen also transfer into the ammonia. Next process is the nitrification. The nitrification process, in the process of nitrification, the ammonia converted into the nitrites and the nitrates. Nitrates the NO2 and nitrates NO3. In the process of the nitrification only that is happens, and this process happens by the help of the nitrifying bacteria. Here we can see the nitrates and nitrates, they form by the help of the nitrifying bacteria. This is called the nitrification. After this nitrification process, the next step is the assimilation. In the assimilation process, plants that primary producers that take all the nitrogen components from the soil and by their roots, and this is in that way the plants and animals format their animals protein, plants protein and animals protein, and the nitrogen and enter into the food chain. Next process is the denitrification. In that process, the nitrates transfer into the nitrogen directly by the help of the denitrifying bacteria. that is called the denitrification. After the assimilation and the denitrification, then that is the next is the ammonification. After dying the animals and plants, in their body the nitrogen presents as the organic way, in the body of the animals and plants, and it's come directly into the soil, and also whatever the animals leaves as the waste from their body, in these waste the nitrogen also presents in the organic way, and it comes in the directly into the soil, but by the help of the bacteria, this organic nitrogen convert into the ammonia by the help of the bacteria and fungi. This is called the ammonification, and that is how this total things, the total nitrogen continuously cycling in the different forms, and this is called the nitrogen cycle. This cycle is most important because of lack of the nitrogen, it can damage the crop production and the ecosystem. Let's start the water cycle. Water is continuously cycling in the different forms in the different process. First is the evaporation, second condensation, third precipitation, next surface runoff, and last one is the percolation or the infiltration. Now let us explain these. Firstly, sun hit the earth's surface, including the water body of the earth, and this liquid water turn into the by the heat turn into the water vapor. This process is called evaporation. From the liquid water to water vapor, process is called evaporation. And the plants and animals also release the water vapor from their body. How they release? Animals and the human body, they release the water vapor from their body by the process of the respiration, and the plants, they release the water vapor from their body by the process of the transpiration. In that process, plants release the extra water as the water vapor by the stomata. These stomata are in their leaves. These are the very small or tiny pores. By this process, the water vapor release from the plant's body. So this process is called transpiration, and transpiration and evaporation both are together called the evapotranspiration. After that, the finishing the evapotranspiration process, the whole evaporation process has finished. Now the next process is condensation. In that process, water vapor turns into the water droplets. Very easily it turns into water droplets by the help of the dust and smoke which are in the atmosphere, and these water droplets, in that process, water vapor goes into the atmosphere and turn into the water droplets, and these water droplets are very lightweight and very small, so they can float from one place to another place, and they can go very high in the atmosphere. And these small water droplets combined with the other water droplets and became larger in size, and the became big water droplets. These from water vapor to water droplets, this formation is called the condensation. Actually, clouds are nothing. These are only the mass of the water vapor, and this process from water vapor to clouds or water droplets, this process is called condensation. In our daily life, we can see the water vapor when we heat some water and we will cover it with the plate. After some heating the water, we can see the droplets of the water behind the backside of the plate. So next process is the precipitation. In that process, when clouds and the water droplets became more larger and they cannot float in the atmosphere, that time they fall down on the earth. Actually, cloud formation continues until it reach up to that point when it cannot hold more water vapor. Up to that, it continuously continues. So that process is called the precipitation. And in the precipitation process, the water from the cloud fall down on the earth as the rain or the snowfalls or sleet or fog, like that. These are the precipitation process. So rain or snow forms by the precipitation process. Now next is the surface runoff. Now where the rain water and snow water goes. So rainwater or snow water, either they directly go into the river or ocean, or they run through the earth surface. These are called the surface runoff. Or they go directly into the soil, and the soil absorb the water, and these water increase the level of the groundwater. How we can see, in when we will give the water in the plant, they will absorb the water. Like that, the same thing has process in the same process is happening in the groundwater process in the soil, and that is how they increase the groundwater level, and this is called the percolation or the infiltration, and this is how they complete the water cycle. Like that, again the plants collect the water, and from this to from the groundwater collection by the plants, and then evapotranspiration, condensation, precipitation, surface runoff, again it comes to the groundwater. This whole cycle continuously happening in our atmosphere, that is called water cycle or hydrological cycle. This water cycle is continuously happens. For that reason, the water of the water bodies never finish.